What's good, everybody? Corbino here, and we got ourselves another Thank God It's Wednesday. And we're going to go ahead and just start this off with a very anticipated title for me, The Amazing Spider-Man. It's another relaunch of Spider-Man or something, and has Nick Spencer. I don't really know who he is. It has Ryan Ottley and Cliff Rathburn from Invincible. Image Comics is Invincible, and y'all know I love Invincible, and Ryan Ottley is my favorite artist of all time. Like, any type of artist. You put him next to Van Gogh, Ryan Ottley wins, you know, like, any type of artist. The first two I'm not really going to talk about too much because they're free comic book day things. Anyways, the art style is very Invincible. Like, it is like I'm reading Invincible. And like Luke Cage, he looks like Black Samson from Invincible. And I think that's kind of cool, but also, I don't know how I gotta work on getting past that. But I love seeing Ryan Ottley's artwork again. Now, it's basically the beginning's a recap of, you know, Spider-Man's life. And now him and his buddy, Randy, it's the son of, Joe something Robinson or something from the Daily Bugle, the black guy that, you know, he's like the main black guy of the Daily Bugle if there's any more. Anyways, he's his friend apparently. I didn't know that. But he's the son of Joe or whatever his name is, and they're trying to find a new place to live. And Peter, during the day or whatever, becomes Spider-Man, and he fights the Girl Electro, fights Rhino, the Girl Electro, Boomerang, and new version of Big Wheel. Saves the day. Kingpin's mayor still, I guess, and he's like, you know, Spider-Man's cool, let him go. And he's kind of like, okay. And he goes to his new apartment where him and Randy are living, and they have a third new roommate to help with the bills, and it is Boomerang, just, you know, in his day-to-day costume. So, kind of interesting, and I'm ready to get into that. And also, I knew Ryan Ottley would be doing it. He had so many awesome Easter eggs throughout Invincible, so I couldn't wait to see this. He already put Amber from Invincible in this comic. Like, I first glance, I was like, that's Amber. And then I was like, no, it's not. And then I was like, yes, it is, because that's her new boyfriend she gets at the end of the series. So, awesome. That's... Oh, God, I love it. Next we got is the Free Comic Book Day Avengers Earth Mightiest Heroes plus Captain America. The Captain America in the back of it, I just sort of skimmed, but it seems kind of interesting. It's got Nuke and a bunch of other versions of Nuke or whatever coming. Didn't really pay attention too much, but it kind of seems interesting. But the Avengers thing actually makes me want to go back and pick up the first issue, because I think it came out this month, of the new Avengers lineup. It actually got me excited. It had the, you know, the big three of the Avengers talking about how it's time to get back to our roots, da-da-da, and it flashed back to the original Black Panther and Odin, and Loki's up to his old tricks again, and it just seems like it could be something good. Next we got a Scooby Apocalypse number 25. Remember how last time I said Fred proposed to Daphne and she said yes? And I was like, whoa, we'll see how it goes from there. The entire issue has Daphne yelling at Fred over and over again, and they're like fighting. And they keep flashing back to, you know, killing some of the monsters and whatnot, and Fred's saying it's all her fault, da-da-da. And I'm like, what exactly happened that makes it her fault? And then she returns to the rest of the gang, but Fred's not with her. And they said, hey, Daphne, where's Fred? And she goes, he's dead, alright? Fred, that was just her fighting with her consciousness because she feels guilty. Fred died. What the hell? They had a kiss in it, too. And she said it had Fred's, like, ghost conscience watching her and talking to her throughout the issue, and she was going back to get his body. She said not to go back, but she was like, she goes, Fred said not to go back for his body, but I have to. And the rest of the gang's like, well, then we're going with you. Can you kill Fred off? Can you do... I mean, I guess we'll find out in issue 26 if he's actually dead when we go find his body, but, like, can we kill Fred? Is that allowed? That was really, really surprising. Next we got is Runaways number 9. Remember last month we were talking about Doctor Doom coming, not knowing if he's good, evil, whatever, which we do have to talk about Doctor Doom in a later issue. But he is not even Doctor Doom, it's a Doombot. And the cover makes it look like Doctor Doom even more, but it's not at all. It's a Doombot. And it's the Doombot that was on Avengers AI with Vision and Victor and some other people. And he's coming back to be like, hey buddy, I'm here to fix you and make you better. And he's like, you know what, I'm cool with it. And him and Chase are like, no, I'm going to fix him because he's my best friend. No, he's my best friend. And Molly's, best friend keeps saying, eat this cupcake. Eat it, eat it, eat it. And she's like, I don't know. Leaves it. They all leave. And Julie from the Power Pack and Carolina, they've just been having ups and downs. And Carolina's been ignoring her a lot because she's so excited to be back with her family. But they return from the movies or the drive-in or whatever, and they all come back, and Julie is now a child because she ate the cupcake. So we'll see how that goes. Next we got is Weapon X number 17. Now we got Sabretooth in charge. Sabretooth gets really fucking annoying to me. Wolverine or Old Man Logan has put him in charge. I really don't know what we're gonna do with Old Man Logan. Now that Wolverine is back in the Marvel Universe, slowly finding his way back or whatever he's doing. And now they have more issues to tie into it, and I haven't read them, but I'll probably watch videos on them. Either way, I'm not sure what he's going to do, but we got him in charge of Weapon X while Old Man Logan sits this one out. They're going after Omega Red. I'm still feeling Warpath and Domino's relationship, which is awesome, and I hope it sort of goes over to Domino's solo series, but we'll see how that goes. Sabretooth thinks he's all bad and tough, and him and Lady Deathstrike are planning their own thing. And Domino and Warpath are starting to catch on, and I never trust Sabretooth. But Lady Deathstrike, I kind of want to trust, but now I'm not trusting either of them, and I don't know what's going on there. And Omega Red kidnapped Sabretooth at the end of the issue. Next we got a SpiderMan number 240, Bendis' farewell to Miles, because Bendis is now over at DC. I think he's writing for Superman or something. We left off with Miles and the Champions fighting up on the helicarrier against the Sinister Six, and Miles and his uncle Aird falling off of the helicarrier, duh. And he wakes up in a hospital in this, and I guess he's been out of it for, I don't remember how long, a week, 2 weeks, I don't know, maybe it's just a couple days, I don't remember. Either way, the Champions, his friends, everybody's been coming and visiting, etc., etc. The Avengers came and helped the Champions clean up the mess. The Champions weren't a fan of that. Tony Stark, now out of his coma, which I didn't really see when he got out, but that's because I don't really read the Iron Man series anymore. Came, and Miles was real shocked by that, and he talks to Miles about everything going on there. His Uncle Aaron comes in the middle of the night to talk to Miles, tells him, you're right, I can do better, and he leaves, and he's like, okay, what's gonna happen there? I figure he's gonna turn over a new leaf, we'll see. Genki and Peter Parker Spider-Man come to visit Miles. Genki gives Miles the letter that his girlfriend, the vlogger girl, gave him, and I thought it was blackmailing crap, but no, she says that she's really in love with Genki and couldn't tell anybody about Miles. Miles' parents tell him that he or some guy, they won't say who, is here waiting to meet Miles, and he says, well, they're gonna have to wait even longer because I promised Genki we'd go see a movie. So can't wait to see whoever they're talking about, and it's awesome that everything's going good for Miles again. Next we're going to talk about is Domino number 2. First issue, Domino lost her luck and she was falling, and they turn back on her luck, and Spider-Man catches her, saves her, and talks her up on a rooftop for a good while. He leaves, her friends come up and talk to her. Deadpool's the only one left at the party. Things are going decent for her, getting better. And she's running at the park with Amadeus, which is the Totally Awesome Hulk, which she hung out with during the Weapon X storyline. She's going on a mission with Amadeus and her 2 best gal pals. She's told that she can't trust one of her gal pals. She doesn't know which one, though. I'm kind of nervous about it, and I don't know which one either. And they are on this yacht to do their mission. And at the end of the night, the boat blows up, and so we'll see how that goes, too. Next we're going to talk about is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 82. The Turtles are fighting the Bear and Toad's little frog people. That doesn't go well for the little toad people. Splinter is being Splinter. Bishop keeps following around Stockman and asking him questions. Stockman won't reveal anything, but finally Stockman, you know, tells him, Burnout Island, I sent the Triceratons there. So, freaking thanks, Stockman. Thanks for saving them, but now you ratted them out. So, I'm really pissed about that. The turtles need help to defeat the Rat King because he's getting more powerful. He's got kids and rats and some random hobos and whatnot working for him. So, and now they can go visit any of the Baron Toad's siblings, which Rat King is. They can't go to him because he's evil. Kitsune they can't go to because she's evil. The one with the feathers, she's helped them all she can. One of them, it's a Ghostbusters crossover event. That's what happened to him. And they end up going to Mammoth, which is who I thought they would go to, and I can't wait to see more of him. So we're going to talk about his DC Nation issue 0. Is that 25-cent thing going on? I think it came out in April maybe, but I bought it on Free Comic Book Day. And, I don't remember what the Superman story was. Oh, the Superman story was about Lois Lane, and she's been missing, I guess. That was a kind of interesting story. But the Justice League thing gave us a preview for Justice League No Justice, which I now bought all the issues, and I may do a review, may not, we'll see. But the main thing I want to talk about is Joker is holding some dude captive for a good while. Talking about how he's waiting for a wedding invitation, and he gets the wedding invitation finally. He's like, I won't kill you as long as I'm happy and whatnot. And he's like, oh, I got the wedding invitation, thank God. And he ends up killing the guy anyways, and he actually didn't get the wedding invitation. The Joker's just fucking crazy. I don't remember what the paper was. It was something about, I gotta see real quick. A letter that came in the mail wasn't even an invitation for Batman and Catwoman's wedding, which it wouldn't have made any sense, because that's what the guy kept saying. He wouldn't have sent it here. It was to tell the guy that his daughter was late for class, and the Joker killed him, because the Joker's a psychopath. Next we're going to talk about is The Walking Dead 179, A New World Order, part 5 of 6, in 2 days of the time of me recording this. Issue 6, or part 6 comes out, so I'm excited. Left off where Sebastian, the son of the governor, was saying, you gotta learn your place, and Michonne's like, what's that mean? And they explain it's like middle class, rich, you know, upper class, lower class, and all of that they've established this again in the Commonwealth. And Mercer tells Sadiq, he's like, now you know why we want to blow off steam. He's like, yeah, I get it. Stephanie and the whole rest of our squad is talking, and they're talking about how it's not right what they do here in the whole system. And Magna's like, yeah, that's terrible. But then Michonne's like, you know what, but we do it anyways. Eventually we're going to get back to that, but we're already basically doing it. Rick's in charge, and then Maggie and some select few are living at the big mansion house at the hilltop. I can't think of what it's called right now. While the rest live in trailers. And I didn't think about that, but that is true. But Michonne's agreeing with him, and it's pissing me off. Michonne's going to stay behind with her daughter instead of taking her daughter with her. Even if her daughter wants to come back, just like at least take your daughter with you. You know, first off, she can meet all your family, the people, Carl, Rick, Maggie, the people you have survived with for years. She can at least meet them, you know. But anyways, so she's gonna stay behind with her daughter. Gives Eugene her katana and says, by giving this to Rick, he'll know that he can trust them. But none of the rest of the squad is trusting the Commonwealth like Michonne is. Michonne's just doing it because of her daughter, I think. Eugene, Magna, the rest of our squad leave with the governor and her guards and whatnot to go meet Rick and see about our communities. And they're, you know, on their way. And they managed to shake off the rest of the guards to, like, stay behind and get, you know, the zombies. Plus, a lot of them are walking. Like, we can get there faster if we leave some of the guards, governor. And she's like, okay, I'm down for that. And they see Alexandria over the hill. And Magnus, like, we made it back. And we even managed to shake off the guards. And, like, Eugene's like, hell yeah. And now we gotta, and because of that, we can get down there and warn Rick just in case they're not as friendly as they seem to be. And I'm like, hell yeah, let's get some shit going. Next we're going to talk about is Doomsday Clock number 5. I'm going to sort of speed through the last few comics because I'm getting hungry. Rorschach and that freaking Saturn girl or something, they are breaking out. They're getting their gear together, and they go and find that old guy that's been popping up all the time, and I can never remember his name, but he's from like the Justice Society or something like that. And he wants to go find his old friend Alan's lantern, and y'all know what that means. And I'll go and tell you, he finds his lantern at the end of the comic, and Rorschach and the girl save him from getting beat up by a bunch of like little thugs or whatever. Ozymandias escapes the hospital, talks to Batman. They're doing their own thing, flying around in the owl ship, and Ozymandias throws Batman out, and Batman falls into like a bunch of rioters, and you know Marionette and the Mime are looking for Joker. Joker finds them, but right as he's about to talk or fight or kill them, Batman falls in front of him, and so now he's happy about that. So we'll see how that goes. Doomsday Clock, it's very interesting, and I love it. Next we got is XMen Red Annual number 1. And you guys know how I feel about Jean Grey. I've never loved her, never hated her. She gets annoying sometimes, but this issue was really awesome. Show Jean flashing back to when she first came back to life, and all the people that, you know, reunited with her. She reunites with her kind of daughter, or Scott's daughter, or however the hell that works, and Laura Kinney, which is, you know, Logan's daughter or whatever, and because there's the two men she cared about the most, she wants to hang out with those girls, and they're going on their own little mission. And they're gonna go talk to Black Bolt because he's the one that killed Scott, and she's not there to murder him. She just wants an apology, and she does a psychic link thing, and he tells her, "I'm sorry." The issue ends with Prestige chilling, saying goodnight to Kitty, and then that old wrinkly man, woman, whatever she is, that's been popping up in X-Men Red, maybe some other X-Men comics, but I think X-Men Red for sure, like, gets her head and takes control of her or something. What the hell? I don't like it. Next we're going to talk about is Miss Marvel number 30. It's complicated. Ha ha ha, puns. This is just a love triangle thing. Bruno's back, but she's also been falling for Red Dagger. They kiss. He dips out. Her and Bruno are going to try to restart their friendship, relationship, or whatever. That's really all I want to talk about there. Is I always wanted her and Bruno to be together, but now I want her and Red Dagger to be together. And he was like, we can share secret identities, or we don't. Whatever you want. And so I'm like, I don't know how to feel. Final issue we're going to talk about is Marvel 2-in-1, The Thing and Human Torch, Fate of the Four, issue 6. I think there's going to be at least 9 because I saw a preview cover of issue 9. Human Torch and Thing are still losing their powers. They're hanging out in another dimension. Doctor Doom's slowly going back to his old ways, and they got to fight Doctor Doom Galactus or whatever. And the Human Torch from this universe is like a son or something. He sacrifices himself. Emma Frost and the Silver Surfer are together. Emma Frost merges with the Galactus Doom thing and defeats him, and then she recreates all the universes and planets the Doctor Doom Galactus has destroyed. Silver Surfer returns, becomes Silver Surfer again, goes after her, and the Reed of this dimension pulls our Ben Grimm aside and is like, hey, I ran a scan, all this, and either that girl that's traveling with y'all, whatever her name is, has bad intentions for you guys, or you know that your Reed and Sue are dead. And he's like, nope. But they're obviously not dead, but again, we'll see how that all turns out. And that's it for this month's Thank God It's Wednesday. Hopefully it's up on time. What have you guys read? What is getting you guys excited out there in the comic book world? There's so much going on. I mean, with DC Rebirth, Doomsday Clock, with the Metal No Justice thing going on. DC's got all sorts of crazy shit going on. Now Marvel's trying to relaunch again, but not relaunch. And I mean, there's just so much going on everywhere. So let me know what's going on for all these comics for you guys. What are you guys thinking? And that's it. Until next time, stay geeky.
Hi! Do you have a pupper? If so, get Bullymake box.
Is that Bullymake box?
It's orange.
It's orange? It's box?
It's got dogs on it.
If you like dogs and you have dogs, you gotta pull them. Oh!
That's a phone.
That's them calling.
Phones can't use
Hey,
these.
Bullymake people, we're
But you know
talking about you right now.
Tell them we're recording their
We're
ad.
recording an ad for you because your box is so cool.
Awesome.
Dogs love it. What was that? Promo code IG10?
Puppers love them.
They said to use promo code IG10 for stuff off. $10 off promo code IG10.